Hello, YouTube fans. This is Dr. Matthew Johnson. It is Thursday, April 27th, 2017, 5:15 p.m. And I'm in my very first outdoors Bigfoot therapy session with psychiatrist Dr. Dan Reilly.
Hello.
Hi, Doc.
How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm relaxed.
That's wonderful. And your full name is Matthew Johnson,
Yes.
and your birth date?
My birth date is in October,
And what year?
61.
Okay, Matthew. Now, just a little bit about myself so that you know I'm not a liar or a hoaxer, and I am credentialed. I am a psychiatrist with 30 years of experience,
Okay.
and I was trained at Menninger,
Uh-huh.
which is a well-known psychiatric facility,
Uh-huh.
every year ranked in the top 10 psychiatric treatment facilities in the United States.
Whoa.
So, now, Matthew, tell me a little bit about the problem you've been having.
Well, Doc, I've been seeing Bigfoot behind every tree and rock and bush for 17 years since my family ran into one.
I see.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that story?
Well, we're up on the caves minding our own business, just hiking on a trail, and all of a sudden we smelled this god-awful smell, and next thing I know, it was kind of paralleling us. Next thing I know, after that, I was up behind some brush and trees doing my mother nature business, and there it was.
Oh my gosh, your story is really fascinating.
Yeah.
You know, I can relate to that because,
You can.
I was out camping with a group of people, 12 to 14 people,
Yeah.
and camped out about 4 different nights, and we started having a lot of experiences of our own.
Yeah, well, hold on. Doc, this is
Yeah.
my Bigfoot therapy session.
Yeah, I forgot. What else did you want to say about that?
I need some help, Doc. You're a psychiatrist. Help me, man.
Well, Doc,
People say I'm delusional. They say I'm psychotic. They're
well,
saying I'm making this crap up. And Doc, I don't lie. I don't hoax. And when I say it happened, guess what? It happened. I mean, come on. Help
you
me out
know,
here.
Matthew Johnson, I've spent the last 7 days with you or listening to you along with a few other people. And in my professional opinion, there's just no evidence for psychosis in your thought patterns or the things that you're reporting.
Oh, wait a second. Are you really a psychiatrist?
I am
How
a
do I know that you're
psychiatrist.
not just some camper that came along and hanging out and you're calling yourself a psychiatrist?
Well, you just go look me up online and you'll find out.
Look you up online.
Absolutely.
Dr. Dan Reilly.
Reilly.
Yeah, online, and what state? Where do I find you? Sure, there's a lot of Dan Rileys.
You might want to look up Monroe Clinic, Monroe, Wisconsin.
Okay.
That was my recent 20 years of employment there.
20 years.
So hopefully they still have some records on me.
Huh. Really? So you're really a psychiatrist?
Yes, I am a.
And you're trying to tell me that I'm not psychotic and I'm not delusional?
You're not even crazy.
Based on what? Isn't God?
Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
By definition, psychosis is based on things that are not real, not existing in reality.
Right.
However, with all the things that you've reported as personal experience, that's been confirmed by many others.
People that have come along with me.
Yes, including myself.
That's right. You came
that
along
these
with me.
things are real.
Yeah.
They're truly happening and therefore cannot be psychosis.
Because they're based in reality.
Exactly.
You mean I'm not delusional and I'm not psychotic?
You are not delusional or psychotic.
You mean this is really happening?
all of these things have been happening. They're part of reality that a lot of people just won't be able to accept.
So, in coming along with me, have you experienced any of this stuff, Doc?
Oh, absolutely.
What have you experienced?
Well, let me just start from the beginning. The first night staying out here in this remote area
In Southern Oregon.
in Southern Oregon, I heard some footsteps around our campground at night. I heard strange vocalizations. It sounded like a young female voice, or maybe it was two, in a light, sing-songy type of inflection, kind of soft, almost a sweet voice quality, and it moved from left to right above my cot.
Huh.
As I said, this was going on during the night. Now, the second night that I stayed here was really remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
During the night, I suddenly startled into a half panic attack and a half yell
Why?
when
Why?
something was putting pressure on my body,
Yeah.
lengthwise, as I lay on
Oh.
my left side,
Okay.
and it scared me.
Mm-hmm.
Then halfway through my yelling out, in which I thought I was waking other campers, I stopped and caught myself and switched into thanking these beings for visiting me. I then remembered that I had a beautiful polished lapis stone in the headband of my stocking cap, and I had placed it there intending to give that to them. So I immediately grabbed that and thrust my hand outside of the tarp over me,
Mm-hmm.
and it was immediately snatched from my hands like that.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately afterwards, two big, warm hands covered my hand like this,
Like this? Uh-huh.
and gently kissed my fingers.
Bigfoot kissed you.
That is what I believe. Yes.
Okay.
I perceived this being, which I do believe was the forest people, to have a female energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was astounded by the gentleness and tenderness. The hands seemed as if the skin was thicker than mine,
Mm-hmm.
somewhat leathery.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's pertinent here is before I fell asleep that night, I prayed that the Lord would keep me and all of my companion campers safe from
Mhm.
harm.
Mm-hmm.
But I also explained to the forest people, please don't frighten me and be really gentle with me because I'm new to all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can't think of a more tender way to encounter them than what happened. I know that I was awake because I checked my watch, and the time was 3:40 in the morning. And then, the last thing I want to say about this encounter was it was completely impressive, the degree of tenderness that I felt. I smiled to myself, and as I was falling back asleep, I was sending them thoughts of, yes, I love you too. Now,
So, all kidding aside.
all
Right.
kidding aside,
Okay, so, all kidding aside, I'm here with Dr. Dan. Okay, skits over. And he really is a psychiatrist.
That I am.
Look him up online, like you said, name and city and state and the place he used to work at, Monroe Clinic, and I'll let him finish up here.
Thank you, Matthew. Now, later that night, I heard a deep male voice standing at the other edge of our camp, made a brief vocalization. Of course, I couldn't understand the language, but I perceived it to be a summons to the others in his group to gather and move on out of our camp past our parked vehicles.
Okay.
Now, the third night, not much happened to me personally. I do recall hearing what sounded like that same type of female voice. It was very brief and soft. At various times during the night, I awoke and heard a pounding or a metallic thump. I heard quite a lot of rustling of the tarp over another camper, Chris, who was further into the forest from my own cot. Then I suddenly went to turn and fell off of my cot. It was kind of funny now, but I woke up when I hit the ground and I perceived some scurrying. I thought, I can't be certain of that, scurrying like into the bushes or the forest, and I thought perhaps I had scared the forest people, and I immediately kind of called out, well, I fell off my cot, and I apologized for maybe scaring them. And that's been my experience so far.
Okay. So now getting back to all seriousness, what you shared was serious, and we started off joking here, but there really seriously have been accusations of people about my sanity and whether or not I'm psychotic and delusional and blah, blah, blah. Some trolls went even as far as to make a complaint against my license as a psychologist. If any of those psychology board members were considering another complaint, your evaluation of spending 7 days with me, including 4 nights up here in the mountains, am I delusional? Am I psychotic? Why or why not?
First of all, professionally, I would be completely at ease, happy to write a letter in support of your sanity. I've been with you for 7 days, and prior to that, I've spent hours on the telephone with you, starting since last September. There's just no basis for accusations of psychosis. None.
Or delusional?
That's part of psychosis. That is not present here.
Right. Okay. So everything I've been sharing with everybody appears to be reality-based.
Absolutely.
Okay, even with your own experiences of reality.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Dr. Dan Reilly of Iowa now
Yes.
used to live in and work in
Monroe, Wisconsin at Monroe Clinic.
Okay.
It's a large multi-specialty clinic.
Yep.
Where I was head of my department for over a decade.
The psychiatry department.
That is correct.
Okay.
We were one of, if not the largest department in the clinic.
Okay.
Having approximately 15 to 17 members.
Okay. So look them up, ladies and gentlemen. It turns out that yours truly is reality-based, not psychotic. Well, thanks, Doc.
Happy to meet you.
I appreciate your friendship. Look forward to having you come out here many times again in the future.
Sounds wonderful.
Okay, over and out.